Albatross here again with part 2 of Al's Home-Game Hijinx, Mushroom Madness. Basically a Degenesis Numenera crossover, and yeah, last we left, our heroes Dio and Vlad just cleared out a small Bygone ruin. They just cleared out a spore cloud near the end of some long hallway, and they were getting ready to scavenge some high quality iotum. From the end of that, once dangerous passage. And, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all guys just pick it back up. What do you want to do? You guys are at the, the far end of that little passageway, or, big long room, as it were. And there's no, there's no more dangerous spore cloud within it. The passive spore cloud is still, lingering around. But, yeah, you do see there's a cache of consoles and data pads or whatever have you that might be scavengeable for high quality scrap or iotum.
Well, guess we're gonna make our way down the hallway, since it's now a little bit brighter since we opened up those vents to take all that spore out and everything.
Do we see any more of those roaches anywhere?
I mean, here and there, definitely not the psychonauts, the big actual humans, but there's an occasional roach here and there, but they seem to have, they're not swarming as much now that their protectors seem to be gone, after you dealt with those guys. But yeah, you just see, roaches here and there, but nothing dangerous looking.
I guess we'll split up and both start scavenging and see what we can find of value.
Yep. So there's again, it's basically all over the room. You can flavor it however you want. You're taking panels off the wall, or cracking open consoles to look for circuits or whatever have you. So yeah, I'll just tell you guys straight up. There's this area has about 3 charges, so you'll be able to look 3 times for stuff. I'm not going to tell you the difficulty, but I'll let y'all decide who does how many and whatever. But yeah, there's about 3  charges in this area.
All right. Well, I mean, we're going to... Oh, go ahead, Dean.
I was just saying that I have training in salvaging. So
yeah, no, that's what I was going to say, is that you should actually do the rolls then if they vary in difficulties.
So what we can do here, right? If you want to work together to do it, it's going to take a little bit longer, right? If you have, let's say Dean doing all the rolls with you behind him, oh, yeah, you should look here, an asset, helping. It'd take a little bit longer if you were, instead of, split up and, maybe Dean does 2, you do 1. So if you guys were to split up and do it, you would only have to roll spore resistance once. But if you go with him to do it, you have to roll spore resistance 3 times, because it's going to take much longer.
So let's split up, and I'll roll once, and Dean will roll twice.
Yep, that definitely works.
It works.
All right, so I'm not going to tell you the difficulty for the scavenging. Once you're done with the scavenging, then y'all both make a spore resistance roll.
Okay. My first roll is an 11.
Okay.
And my second roll is a 19.
All right, so the 19 for sure, and the 11, that's base, just what you rolled.
Yeah.
If that's base what you roll, yeah, with your asset, you definitely get you can flavor or you can describe what happens, but you're able to, successfully try twice to get, some material off the wall. I'll have you roll for the amount in just a moment after Anthony does
I rolled.
I
got a 2.
Oh yeah, you didn't find Jack. You can again flavor how you want. You ended up breaking some panels, or you don't know what you're doing. But Dean, roll me 2 d6s, and that's how much high quality iotum you found. I'm gonna write that down too.
I got an 8. I got a 6 and a 2.
6 and 2, so 8. So now you have 12 kilograms of high quality iotum. And Anthony, again, you found absolutely nothing. But now can y'all both roll me that spore resistance roll? Because now you've been sitting around the passive dust for a while.
We still got the asset from our gas mask, right?
Correct.
I got a 15 on the roll.
You're safe?
I got a 12 on the roll, so...
Yep, you're also safe. Yep. You guys suffer no spore contamination while scavenging these bygones. After you spend your maybe 15 to 20 minutes doing this, You converge back together. Say, hey, Dean, you can tell him what you found or whatever you guys want to do. But basically, you're done. Looking around for stuff here. And yeah, I'll let you guys decide how you want to,
What you find?
Yeah, we got us a good take on this one. I got about 8 kilos now, man. High quality.
Hey, look, I found this, and I pull out a napkin with some scribbling on it.
Who the hell is Spigs?
Oh man! So you definitely show him that. It looks like some notes to some story someone was writing or something like that, and it says it's written Spigs 18 in the top right corner, has ants written on there too. And you think it's just some bygone relic, maybe someone who used to live around here or something was maybe one of the guards here was secretly a storyteller at some point or something, and you found that note and you show it to Dean or Dio, I should say. That's funny. But yeah, now you guys can head back out. If you want, it won't really be you'll have to make one more spore resistance roll as you leave. Make your way out of the facility, because that will take a little bit of time. But there's not going to be anything else really to impede your exit.
I on our way out, I go, do you think we have time to make it to the camp before nightfall?
I look up at the sky. I guess so.
Yeah. You'll definitely basically get there by the time the sun goes down.
I got a natural 1 on the.
Hey, you remember what I told you before? That shroom we got, we're gonna trade that joint.
Oh, sounds like a good time.
I got a 9.
All right, so you're safe, Dean, because of the asset from your mask. But Anthony, however, he's walking along and I don't know, maybe he's distracted. You can tell me what you're distracted by, because something caught your eye on the wall. Something.
I would guess that maybe I pulled down my mask to play my harmonica.
There we go. That's exactly. And as you were doing that, and you go to transition your mask to maybe the side of your face or something, you're not fully paying attention. You trip over a really thick wire, and you land basically face first in one of those big mushroom caps that basically explodes into a spore, a spore cloud. So you're gonna immediately take 1 spore. One spore infestation. You're up to 3 now. And now, Dean, you're going to have to also roll to see if you got away quick enough from the spore cloud. And, Dean may also suffer a spore infestation over this.
Got a 9.
Yeah, you're safe again. So you can, again, role play it out how you want, but that's what happened. Vlad fell face. There's a big poof. He falls down and there's almost a comic delayed reaction to what you would have seen, Vlad, is your face or whatever, you hit the top of a shiny round mushroom cap. It was really soft actually, but there was this as soon as you hit it, there was this soft hissing noise, and you can smell the mold as it was seeping out. And after a short maybe 2 or 3 seconds, it just went into a big thing of black and brown spore cloud.
He thought he was safe because he kind of did a little push. I was like.
And then basically got right in your face.
So I'm as I'm getting up, I got that residue of spore all on my face, my mask, my harmonica.
What you say how did we get? Can I help treat his infestation?
Yes. All right. So at this point, we would have walked out. That all happened, and you guys run out of there after your little mishap. To treat the spore infestations, you would need special items, or if you heal it manually, it's the manual healing rolls in Cypher, where depending on how many you're trying to heal, that's the difficulty intellect roll, and then if you attempt to do it again before your long rest, it's 1 step harder to do it. Blah blah blah.
So
yeah, I definitely want to heal. I already had 3.
All right, so we can I give him an assist and drop his difficulty to a 2?
If he's gonna try to heal all of them, yes.
I have an inability in healing.
So it just goes back to 3.
Can I make the roll for him to try to heal him?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. You guys role play it how you want. Who's healing? Like,
Yeah, I'm like, man, my whole face is like bright. Like if I was eating a bag of Cheetos, I have like that powdered all up on my lips, my mask. I'm like, I don't feel so well, man.
I'm like, dude, yeah, you act like, I think you like doing shrooms. Oh, here, and basically, I open up my pack and I, take out some water and some alcohol and some whiskey. Like, you know what? Here, pee in the cup.
Pee in a cup.
You gotta pee in the cup, man. I gotta make this stuff to fix you up.
I reluctantly take the cup and then I turn my back to him when you hear me start peeing in the cup.
oh boy, guys.
And I make this concoction. It's like a paste. And I'm like, hold on. Look in my bag, pull out a glove, get a handful of, rub it all over, and you're gonna have to let that set for about an hour while we walk. Like 2 feet over there. I don't want to smell you.
Man, this thing stinks.
11 on the die.
Do you have any modifications? I forget if your character.
He's trained in healing.
Oh, is he? If he's trained in healing, for sure it worked.
No, I have.
Oh wait, no, it was 9 anyway. So yeah, you're good. It was
okay.
You're healing 3 and you don't have an inability, right?
Right, no inabilities.
Yeah, so it was difficulty 3 anyway. Yeah, so you're good. You heal those points up.
So yeah, he's
So I go back to 0, or I just go back.
You go back to 0.
Nice, thank you.
But now next time you or him goes to try to like manually heal spores. Why is my camera out of focus? There we go. It'll be one step harder until you take your long rest. But yeah, now you guys are out. You heal them up. You got rub that yellow paste all over his face.
It's still on my face.
Yeah, it's still on your face just because it has to set. But yeah, now you guys again. You're maybe like 2-hour trek from that that caravan that you saw earlier, and yeah, if you guys can start making your way there, or if you guys want to do something else, you can role play it out. But yeah, you guys are basically squared in a way to do that.
no.
Didn't Dean have that? He had binoculars or something, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to take a look at scout the camp again to see if it's any different from when we last looked?
Yeah. Now that we're closer, I'll take another look, make sure everything looks good.
Yeah, go for it. Roll me a d20.
It still looks good to me. Yeah. I rolled a 3.
Oh yeah, no, you don't really notice anything, especially now that it's darker. You can only really even just see the outlines of like the silhouettes of the bigger objects. Like you don't even see like the people silhouettes anymore. You can still kind of hear the faint like sounds of music and chatter, but you can again from your maybe you smudged your binoculars or whatever, but you can't really fully see anything.
I forgot to put the night vision lens on.
But yeah, if you guys start walking out, or I'll let you role play what happens after you look and there's nothing on there. But if you start walking there, again, it's very obvious which direction. Like you can't really get lost or nothing. But I would need either a might or a speed roll from y'all to see if you get fatigued while walking the distance.
We could use speed or might.
Yeah, I'll let you decide.
And that's a defense roll, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna use speed defense because I'm specialized in it.
And I'm trained in it. I rolled a 12, so I'd be the difficulty 5.
Yep, you're good.
And I got a 9, and I'm specialized in it.
Yep,
so
you're good too. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, you're both fine. You're pretty well versed at traveling these long distances. So yeah, your body really doesn't suffer any fatigue while making this little trek.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you guys are getting a little bit closer, you're probably maybe about 5 minutes away now, or you're approaching. It's getting much closer. You're not fully there yet, just so I can give you guys a chance to decide exactly how you want to approach. But now that you're getting closer, again, you can see more clearly, even though it's still, basically nightfall at this point, maybe close to midnight. You can hear lots of music. You guys know that the Apocalyptics are known for their, their merriment and their hedonism. So they party all through the night. Most barely sleep. Because they're just trying to get the most out of life. That's basically their creed. Is to just, YOLO. There's like the post-apocalyptic version of YOLO. But yeah, they enjoy lots of stuff. So yeah, you hear lots of music, you hear laughter, you smell roasted meats, you smell alcohol like liquor. And
I was gonna say, before we go in, I look over to my partner and say, "Hey, let me get your canteen for a second, Theo."
But you on my canteen for?
I want to wash my face.
You ain't got no more water? You want to use my water?
I substituted my water for a different substance. I take it, I start pouring over my face, and then after, I pull out the napkin, unfortunately.
Oh no, the Sphinx napkin!
I start cleaning off my face with that, and then I pour some on my harmonica, and I sniff it, and I go, it still smells like pee. As I start, shaking the harmonica dry.
I look at just because you need to drink more water.
And I toss him my canteen. He go, here, have some of this water.
Take a hit. And I go, yeah, we should be able to do some good trade. We got this. We got that merriment mushroom fully intact, but I got the whole cap off. These guys would be like real cool.
And as you guys approach, if you decide to walk closer to the encampment, or try to introduce yourselves or whatever, or again, you guys can make more plans.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my harmonica and I'm gonna start playing and just walk straight in.
Oh yeah, you could definitely do that. And Dean, what are you doing to follow that?
I'm walking right with him, just walking with him, and looking for. I know you said they're all about the living their best life, so we need to get to the heart of the party.
Yep. So yeah, you start walking towards that, and basically now that you're close to it, right? If you look left and right, like let's say east and west or whatever, because you're heading north. You've never seen such a large traveling band of apocalyptics or anyone really. If you were to try to walk around them to get to where you needed to go, it might take a couple days. It's like almost a small city. Like they've basically they've stopped here for who knows what reason. You don't know. But yeah, as you approach and you're playing the harmonica or whatever, Dio's following you. And you start to get towards like what seems to be like an entryway to you. Like there's two carts standing next to each other. Like there seems to be guards there. They don't look like particularly threatening. Now that you get closer, you can see that they're really mostly wearing just like almost like loincloths, if that makes sense. Like not really much clothing. A lot of the again, if you, not the guards themselves, but like if you look around, like the people who are walking around within the caravan. You see a lot of them are shirtless, a lot of them have tattoos all over, their hair is all wild, like dreadlocky and stuff. As you approach the guards, they say to you,
I'm not approaching them. I'm walking right past them like I own the place.
They stop you then.
I'm just playing my music.
They stop you. They try to stop you. Yeah. And yeah, as they try to, you can keep playing if you want. They say,
yeah, I'm gonna keep playing.
They try to stop and say, nice tunes, but could you stop for a second? I do love it though. One of the guards says to you, they both have like large swords at their like waist or whatever, sheath. They don't have them out or nothing. Mm-hmm. And again, they're not like most guards you've seen where like they're wearing heavily armored or whatever. They're still wearing basic like pelts or whatever, just probably a little bit more of it. Like they might be wearing like a shirt or something, or like a jerkin, whatever. Like I don't know what you call it, leather sort of vest. But yeah, and he says, I love the tunes, but could you stop? He's a taller man. And then his partner's just standing there quietly, while the interaction goes down.
When he goes to brace himself to stop me, I turn my body to position myself in the optimal angle in case if I had to fight this person, like jab him in the throat or something.
Gotcha.
But in a graceful, because that's exactly what I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like he motions his hand out. I don't stop playing, but I just twist my shoulders slightly to the left and kick my foot out so it's slightly in between his two legs and my leg. So in case I did have to move quickly enough, I would have the advantage in that situation, and I will let Theo do all the talking.
That works. So what do you say to him, Theo?
I go, hey, yo.
He nods at you.
Yeah, we're traveling, but we figured we could spend the night with you guys. I got some trade.
He says, oh, trade. And he says, well, we do appreciate travelers, but we do have just one rule when travelers are here. We need you to relinquish your weapons while you're in our camp. They will be returned to you when you go to leave. We're all loving, here. I'm sure you heard of us. We don't take too kindly to fighting within our spaces. So yeah, if you could just turn those over, and we'll be more than happy to have you come. Show your wares, partake in the merriment. But we do need anything you might have that could be potentially dangerous.
While he says that, like I open my duster, still playing, and I turn around so he could see, like I do it like a pirouette. So my duster opens up so he could see that I have no weapons. All I have is the harmonica. Yeah. And then I go, all I have is my tunes, man, as I spin.
Yeah, he looks at you, he's like, he claps a little bit, like he doesn't even though he's a guard, he has this really super chill demeanor about him.
And I look at him and I go,
and he's eyeing your staff, I'm assuming you have it on your back. Oh wait, it's small, right?
Right. It's just a little baton. Just
where is it though right now on you?
It's in a sheet, in the back of my clothes.
Gotcha.
So it's not even like it's just a little stick.
So,
it doesn't look menacing at all.
So he says to you, "What about you, sir? I saw inside this guy's stuff. You mind if I pat you down? Just give you a quick little, nothing funny." He puts his hands up.
When he says that, I reach in and grab a handful of that hemp root. I go, "This is how I travel, baby."
Wait, a handful of the what?
The hemp root that he be rolling up all the time.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I said, "This is how I travel."
And you give him some?
Give him a whole handful.
He takes it and he's like, "Huh, okay." He puts it away, but he's still gonna check you though.
Yeah.
He starts patting you down. Can you give me a stealth roll or something like that? Basically to see if he finds it or whatever have you on you. And he's basically looking for what he would identify as a weapon.
16.
Oh yeah, no, you're safe. He sees the thing on your back, and I'm assuming it's a small tube-ish shape. Yep. So he pats it down. And he's like, "Oh, do you juggle? Are you a twirler? He's assuming it's some kind of small baton or something."
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, "Oh, cool. We have lots of performers here too," and he lets you go. And he's just like, "All right, cool. So I guess you guys are cool to come in. Just like I said, the only rule here is no fighting. Be cool, and we'll be cool." And he starts. You see, he takes out the stuff again. He starts rolling up a little.
I look at it and say, "Hey, so who's the best person to trade with? I got a hole." And then I go, "What did you say? It was a black mushroom cap?"
So it's we'll just call it black for simplicity's sake. Yeah, it's just a mostly black sheen mushroom cap.
I got a black shroom, a whole cap. Who was the best person to talk to?
He says, "Man, everybody here loves mushrooms, so it's hard to say, but there is one gentleman. Let's give him a name. What's his name?
Morgan.
So Morgan, He says Morgan is in the tent that's like towards the northern exit of the encampment. And he says that he has a hut set up and he's willing to make interesting trades for mushrooms or anything that he finds interesting, honestly. And he's one of the bigger names, in our encampment. Yeah, so if anyone, he might have something interesting.
I get, and what I do is I actually reach out, like, just, hey, he's cool. I give him another handful of hemp.
This is awesome. He
While
had some to his buddy, his partner.
While all this is going on, I'm still humming and go, "Hey, what the hell are you doing, man? That's my stuff."
And the guard who's doing all the talking, he looks at you and he says, "We appreciate the sharing." He smiles wide at you.
As we walk on, I go, "That's how you make new friends, man. The Apocalyptics. That guy will remember us. He'll never forget. You with the harmonica."
And so they let you in. They're all smiling. The two guards are now smiling. They wave you in, no problem. Now that you're in the encampment, again, it looks pretty not hectic, but bustling, I guess is a better word. Even though it's the dead of night, midnight, or maybe even 1 a.m. at this point. There's lots of people walking around. You can see there's little huts and wagons just stationed in places where you can hear various kinds of drum or I don't know, tribal music almost. I'm bad at describing music, so sorry about that.
When our boss told us about this camp, did he tell us to visit anyone in particular?
He didn't know this camp was here.
Nobody knew this. We found this camp on our own.
Yeah, there was no indication of this. The scout only had found the ruin you guys had just found, and then there was rumors of a major source up north. Not even anything substantial, because the scouts couldn't go that far. But yeah, while you guys again walking around, you see lots of people. You smell again that roast meat smell. You also smell a kind of, especially for you, Vlad, that familiar spore smell. You know that the Apocalyptics, they partake in spore consumption almost like a drug. So they'll just eat spores and enjoy the intoxication from it, whether it be an hallucinogenic effect or whatever have you. They really enjoy this stuff. And yeah, if you guys can decide what you want to look for or anything, that the Morgan's hut is up to the north. It'll take you because of how tall it is, maybe about 3 hours to walk to him. It'll be basically close to sleepy time, basically. Or if you guys want to just keep going, that'd be up to you. But yeah, that is the situation as it is.
We were planning to spend the night here, right?
But yeah, probably, yeah. That way we can be fresh for the morning and get where we need to go. And I figure we could do some crafting.
Yeah, maybe we should find some lodging first in case it closes by the time we come back from seeing Morgan. So let's see if somebody will rent us a bed or a cot or something and we can sleep.
Cool. If you say that, if you say that out loud, and I'm assuming you are to him, I'll just let you know, based on stuff you've heard, about the Apocalyptics, again, they barely sleep. So you don't think an establishment, quote unquote, an establishment that you would call it in this area would be closed no matter what time you go to talk to them. They'll be available to speak. At least someone will be. They might take rotations for who's covering the front or whatever, or but yeah, they won't close. There's no. It's like the New York of the Apocalyptics are like the New Yorkers. They always want everything whenever they can, so nothing closes. That kind of defeats the purpose of hedonism to them. If I can't have it right now at 4 a.m., what's the point of living? You know what I mean? But yeah, so that there's no issue with going to an establishment or a person too late to get a place to sleep. And it's potential that Morgan might even offer you arrangements. Who knows?
All right, so let's head to Morgan's.
Yeah. So, Al, that cap, mushroom cap that we have is called Discordia.
Okay, thanks for reminding me. I was going to ask. Discordia is a rare one too.
Yeah, the Ancient Sins.
Yeah, wait, Ancient Sins? What?
Yeah,
That's my name. What? Why do you say Ancient Sins?
because that's the name you gave me.
What?
You gave me the Discordia mushroom, Ancient Sins.
That's really what it says?
Yes.
That's interesting. Either way, maybe it copied my name somehow when I went to copy it somewhere. But either way, that's a cool name for it. I like it. I like that name for it. Like, you're basically either way. So yeah, you have that mushroom cap of Discordia, and it's a pretty strong sporific, if that's even the right word for something that comes out of spores. But either way, if you guys start making your way towards Morgan's hut, it will be like a pretty long trek to go over there. While y'all are walking, can you give me one spore resistance roll? Because now that you're like in the heart of the caravan, there's like excessive spore use going on to the point where like it's just in the air.
Do we still have the advantage from the mask?
Yeah, so the masks will stick around until they're actively broken, basically.
Okay.
Like something will have to try to break it.
I got a 12.
I got a 2.
You're safe, you're not. So you suffer one spore.
So that's all the spore damage I got, right?
Yeah, no, I think you're at 2 now. You were at 1 before.
Oh, okay.
And you haven't tried to heal yours yet.
No. I'll do that in a little bit.
So you still have the 1. You guys, make your way there. Takes again about 2-3 hours or so. Like you kind of are taken in by all the sights. You see lots of attractive people. Lots of they're wearing very little clothing, like maybe even just undergarments or nothing at all. With lots of like paint or like tattoos.
Can I, as we're walking, can I evaluate and like case the place to see if anybody is actually carrying weapons?
Oh yeah, you can definitely roll for that.
I got a 15.
Yeah, you notice that like when you look around, there's like 1 or 2 people like every now and then who have like what looks like a sword on their like waist, but it looks like they're dressed similarly to the 2 guys that were at the front. So you know they're just general peacekeepers. Like they don't even look like they're standing guard or anything. Like they're just mingling with everybody. Like they're eating their spores. They're not really fully even guarding.
And this is like another weird question. I don't know if you'll let me roll for this, but like, can I gauge like the capability of like these people, like how combat ready they are?
I'll give you this. Actually, roll me an intellect roll to see like if you know the history of the Apocalyptics well. And I'll allow you to know this too, Dean. Like, if you want to roll for it in case like Vlad wants to ask Dio.
I got 11 on the roll.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
So you really don't know too much. Wait. Unless you have like, are you trained at knowledge or like history or something?
Yes, I'm.
I mean Anthony or
No. All my stuff is combat, performing arts.
Yeah, no. So no. You don't really know anything. And what did you know, Dean? You're good no matter what, Dio. So what you know about the Apocalyptics? And this is only being prompted if Vlad asks you about it out loud. They're mostly peaceful, but if they have to get into a scrap, they would be pretty like they're almost like psychonauts. Like they're
berserkers.
Yeah, exactly. They're like on the verge of becoming psychonauts essentially because of all their spore intake. So they're known for being weird and tricky in combat because of sort of mutations they might undertake from eating so many spores or whatever have you. They do. They haven't gotten to the point where they're psychonauts and have no reasoning, or they're basically animals. They still have reasoning and cognizance or whatever have you. But again, if they have to get into a scrap, they're like berserkers almost. Like if we're chill until you disturb our chill.
Gotcha.
Like hippie barbarians, if that makes sense.
Yeah, they probably have developed their own way of treating the spore, where it doesn't take where they don't take the same craziness that the others do.
And so that's if you ask Vlad, if you ask Dio about that, that's what he would tell you. But that's up to you guys if you want to flavor. But if you're looking around Vlad with with that intention, we don't really know anything.
But I guess I would just see that they do have I see some well physiqued individuals that appeared like they would be
Well,
able to handle
I
themselves.
think
Yeah,
most
like they would look definitely muscular, and if not like not like raging Hulk like muscular, but like toned, like almost like
they're light.
Spider-Man ish. If that
They're
makes
light. They're built very very lithely, you
Mm.
know. And everybody probably is in good shape. That's why the women look so good, the men look good. You know, it's like a veritable buffet
sense.
of flesh.
Well, yeah, that's basically what you intake from watching the people as you stroll on to Morgan's uh hut, basically, or his wagon, so to speak. Um, yeah. Is there anything else y'all want us to do while y'all were walking that way?
No, I just want to get to Morgan and start interacting with him.
Yeah. So you guys get there. Um, there's one guard stationed nearby, because this is an area of importance, within the community. So but again, he's not really guarding it. He's like talking to a girl that's next to him, or anything. Like they're both like inhaling like a cusp of mushroom cap, and they're like, they throw it, to the ground after they intake it. And they're laughing, having a good time. They almost don't even regard you when you walk up to go into the tent, or into his big old. Well, essentially, what you see when you walk up is like a wagon without a horse or whatever draws it, with like a small staircase that leads up to the opening, but it's really big, like maybe the size of a small, like I don't know, 10, no, not 10 feet. I'm bad at dimensions, but like a small room essentially. And yeah, that's what you see when you walk up.
So
Uh,
when we pull up and walk, I stop like maybe 2 feet in front of the guard. I pull out the Moby Dick book again, whip out a piece of page, roll up a cigarette, and I go, "Hey Theo, I think this is the place." I take a long pull and then I hand it to Theo.
I take a long pull and hand it to the guard. We're here to trade with Morgan.
Oh, like he wasn't even regarding you because he's
Yeah.
talking to this girl, and as soon as he passes, like, oh hey, he takes it without questions, like, yeah, Morgan's right up there, man, and he goes back to talking to the girl. He doesn't even like, oh, actually, they're polite here. He hands it back to you because you were polite enough to hand it to him to begin with, so he takes his couple and he hands it back. Do you take it back or do you let him have
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I take it back and look at the girl that he's talking to, smile, and then just hand it to her and walk in.
And she giggles, she says thank you, and she starts to smoke it too, and yeah, they go back to their talking. If you say you're gonna let her have it, and yeah, as you go up, you start to smell like as you go through the entryway, you'll go up the little stairs. You smell incense, like I'm bad at describing incense, but like that spicy sort of smell.
Myrrh.
Yeah, myrrh or whatever, like old timey incense. You see that his wagon is lit by candlelight, which is a little unusual considering you guys have like electronic tech for like light
Glow
bulbs or
globe.
whatever. Yeah, whatever, glow globes. But yeah, you have a real mystical vibe when you walk in there. And yeah, again, it's a pretty big room. There's a really nice purple carpet on the floor, like a circle one, like it has almost like a pentagram on it with like concentric circles. Um, and yeah, you see like at the end of the room, there's like a long table, or excuse me, a round table with a man sitting behind it. And you see even most of the stuff around on the walls are decorative. Like there's a couple of skulls, like animal skulls. You see like the places where the incenses are burning, are like just hanging off the wall, like the stick incense. And yeah, it's just him back there. You don't notice anybody else within the confines of the area, and strangely enough, you guys were told this guy is known for bartering or trading, but you don't really see any items or things of that nature. You just see the man. He's wearing like a cloak at the end. Like you can't like because you're at the end of the room, you can't get a super good look at him. But it looks like he's wearing like an ornate kind of like robe almost. Like it has a hood, but it's not up. It's down. And he's sitting at a table that just has a candle. It has like a really intricate looking like what do you call it? The covering for the tablecloth, and it's very similar to the what you call it on the floor, the rug. Like it's purple. It has a pentagram almost. And he says, "Oh, come in." Like he sees you come in. He waves you to come towards him.
Yeah, go right in.
Yeah, well, I'll walk behind Theo, just like casing and joint as I do, and I'm like whispering on breath. I guess this is Morgan.
Yeah.
Guess so.
And he says,
Uh,
"Come, come." And as you approach closer, again, you see kind of what I described just now. A man, in a very ornate robe. It's very similar to the other decor of the room, where he's wearing purple and there's ornate symbology on it that's in like a gold inlay, or I don't know how you describe that for clothing, like
yeah.
the gold lines or gold stitching or whatever have you, and a lot of like, especially on the shoulders, there's symbols of the Apocalyptics. You recognize it right away as their symbology. I could pull it up. I forget what it is.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah. And he says, "Oh, friendly faces, friendly new faces. Please sit, come talk." And there's like 3 or 4 chairs around his table, and he says, "Please, come sit, talk."
I sit down and they, when we came in, the guy we spoke with said this is a good place to come talk to somebody when you got some goods you want to, trade, barter a little bit.
So yes, barter, yeah. I do know of people. I have quite a few connections within the community. If you need something, I can probably find it.
It's more what we can give you, and then maybe you can give us a fair trade.
So maybe. But first things first. As with any outsiders, he puts his hands on the table in an almost a very serious manner. And he looks at both of you. As with any outsiders, I gotta know you guys are cool. Or he's like trustworthy. I'm trying to make him a little more on the mystical side, so I should be a little more in character. He says, "I need to know you guys are, trustworthy. Connected to the Prime as we are. Not so much so that you become a psychonaut. Like those, godforsaken bastards. But enjoy it like we do."
I look at him, I go, "Whoa." Now I reach over and grab my responsive synth bag that I hooked up, pull it back, and show him the Ancient Sin's mushroom cap in all its perfected glory.
He says, "Oh, Discordia." He goes to reach for it if you'll allow him to like touch it and look at it.
Actually slide it over in front of him.
Yeah, he picks it up. He's like, "Oh my goodness, this is such a good specimen." Like he's like touching the roundness of the bulb of the mushroom cap. He takes it. He doesn't like pop it to like inhale. He just takes a sniff of it. Like, "Oh, this is well matured." He puts it back on the table like next to you. He says, "I'm sure someone can give you something really nice for this, or even myself, should you be inclined. But again, no one's gonna want to deal with you unless they get the okay from me. I'm sort of like, the elder here, so to speak. I'm trying to think of a better word for that, but
You're the ambassador.
Yeah,
You're the ambassador of goodwill.
Essentially, yes. I'm the one who, tests the newcomers, so to speak."
While this conversation is happening, I have the Moby Dick open and I peel the last corner, and I fill my cigarette up. I pull it to my lips to lick it tight. I light it, and it goes, "I'm guessing you're gonna ask us to do something for a favor of whatnot."
He says, he looks at you, he's like, "A favor? No. You guys need the favor. Like, why would I ask you for a favor? We're here to help each other, But I need to know that you guys share sort of the same values we do, or that you guys can hang with us, so to speak." And he kind of winks when he says that, hang, wink. And as he says that, he reaches behind him. He whips out like a pretty big box, like almost a small chest. He opens it. There's like a loud creak. It's a wooden box. And if you guys look inside, you can see there's like maybe 24 different kinds of mushroom caps in there, like all different sorts, purple ones, green ones, pink ones, like all different kinds of, like, some you've seen before, some you've never seen before. And he says to you, "We're just gonna hang out, and I'll see what this stuff does to you, and if you guys can hang with me, you guys would be good to hang out with the community. And he's basically saying, like, you know, we're gonna eat these mushrooms here, and you know, we're gonna
look at him. I go.
we have to know you like, you know, we can trust you.
I look at him. I go. Now you know. That's loaded right there. Nobody hangs with the apocalyptics if they're not an apocalyptic. You just want to see if we're cool, though. I get it. So,
Do we know what those colors
I look in the box, and as a delve, I want to see if my am being prepared. Can I make an intelligence check to see if I know like any of them, if I recognize any?
I'm assuming you were gonna say the same thing, Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you both give me intellect, like you know, perception or knowledge rolls or whatever have you?
I'm gonna spend a level of effort.
You can definitely do that.
And that'll drop my full down.
I'm not gonna spend a level of effort. Oh, nice! I got an 18.
Oh yeah,
I wrote 18.
You both rolled natural 18s.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so
I rolled a natural 18.
Oh yeah, you both did apparently.
Yeah.
But either way, if you guys examine the mushrooms before picking up any, you know, you notice again there's like about 5 different varieties in there. Most of them you've seen before. Like I say, like 4 of the varieties you've seen before. They're not anything super special. They're more like, you know, common varieties, you know, spore that you might find around like just anywhere really. But the 5th kind, you've never seen that one before. We'll just go with the Roy G. Biv for the color. So there's a red, orange, yellow, blue, green one. So you've seen the red, you've seen the orange, you've seen the yellow, you've seen what, red, orange, yellow, green. You've seen those one, and the blue one you haven't seen. Yeah, whatever. But either way, those 4 ones you've seen, they're varying potency, and you have no idea about the other one. But for those other ones, you can tell they're, you know, some give you a little bit of spore if you inhale it, and you know they get you a little bit high or whatever. You know, they basically get stronger as you go up. So like the red one's not too potent, the orange one's a little bit more potent, the yellow one's pretty potent.
I pick up the blue one. I go, never seen this one before.
And when he says that, I grab it from his hand. I take a pull of my cigarette and I go, if you're gonna dance with the devil, you might as well lead. And I throw it up and eat it like you would a popcorn.
All right.
And when he says that, I go, good idea. And grab the other blue one.
Yo, what you call it is stunned. Morgan, he will, even just for a dramatic effect, say he's wearing glasses like me. Mm-hmm. After you guys do that, he's like he looks at you like, I've never seen newcomers take to our ways as well as you. And he goes and reaches for a same blue one and he eats it too. So can you guys give me a spore resistance roll?
I'm going to give you an XP.
For what?
I have an XP. I'm going to use my player intrusion as a delve. I have what does it say? Weak strain. The poison or disease turns out not to be as debilitating or as deadly as first seemed, and inflicts only half damage, or so I'm just thinking that it's just maybe my system is just ready for it, or
I got you. I still need you to roll though.
All right,
I'm just gonna roll. I got a 16.
I got a 14.
So you both defend from it, right? Anthony, you take 2 spore, and you take 1. If you had not succeeded, it would have been 4. So it's like half and then half of half. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 2 and 1.
I'm back to 2.
Yeah, and Dean is at 3
so I'll be healing. I'll be healing later.
But yeah, he says, my goodness, like after he takes his and what you guys start to feel now is again, you inhale some spore, he takes it too, he's like, oh, he eats it, and he's trying to set the mood a little bit, and he's like, now we wait.
When he says that, I put my feet on the table and I go into my bag and I pull out a wad of clay, and it looks like a block of clay, right? It's just a straight block. I pull out my harmonica and start playing, and the clay dances with the music of my harmonica, almost like a lava lamp. Like it'll shoot up, make certain images like stars, and then melt back it, like cascade down back into clay, and it's it seems like it's dancing to the music of my harmonica.
I dig that a lot, actually.
Oh,
Actually, you can earn an EXP for that.
what I'll do is when he says, well, while we're waiting, I noticed that the women around here are gorgeous. Can I let's can we get some company?
He says, no, no. Where we're going, we need to go just us. And yeah, so Anthony, you earned the 1 EXP for that really good role
Yeah.
playing. And yeah, maybe about 10 minutes have passed while you guys had that little, you're playing the harmonica, and Dean asked about the company. And your body suddenly starts to feel extremely light, like almost like your soul is leaving your body, and you start to even have an like out of body experience, and you see this from the almost a third person. Vlad is there playing his harmonica, the clay is dancing. You guys feel very euphoric, like you're all like you can't even, you don't feel yourself smiling, you see yourself smiling from the third person. You see Morgan's also smiling, he's like tapping his toes to the harmonica music. And yeah, I'll let you guys, you can role play how your high goes, but it's basically you're tripping out of body, and you're gonna be tripping for like an hour with Morgan, having a good time partying. And after about an hour of this, you guys start to, you've got to basically come back into your bodies. And Morgan looks, extremely pleased with how everything went down. He's like, guys, I think you guys are cool. Like, that was awesome, guys. Thank you for picking that particular one. I was gonna, decide, but you guys took the reins, and I'm glad you did.
As I stop the harmonica, like playing the last tune, the clay almost bows towards Morgan, like it looks like it's taking a bow, and I immediately scoop it up and put it back in my bag.
Awesome, yeah, you do that, and he after you do that, like after the thing bows, he like
Mm.
Morgan's just like he's almost like wiping a tear from his face, like that was fucking beautiful, man. Like, and what you call it? He says, yeah, that was great. I'm sure you guys are tired. Before I send you guys off, I do have, he points behind him. Not directly behind him, because it's basically the end of the room. He's like, behind my little wagon here, I have a couple of huts where you guys can rest for the night. But before that, let's do something about the Discordia here. What were you guys looking for this? What did you? I have access to so many things here. Like, well, what sort of thing were you looking for?
Well, we're out here tracking the fields and looking for supplies for our village. So, honestly, it'd be nice if we could just if whenever you guys are around, we could come visit. Maybe just do some trade. Maybe we could make some kind of deal where we can, get a few supplies here and there.
He says he walks over to you at this point, like y'all again are like basically getting up to have your like dispersal talk. He puts an arm over you. He's like, buddy, anything for you in the future. Like he taps your chest, like anything for you in the future. And I'm assuming, well, you can role play it out, but you tell him the details of your clan name.
Yeah.
I forget the name we came up with.
Well, yeah, I forgot what we named it.
But yeah, you tell him.
Rasta.
Oh yeah, the Rasta tongues. Yeah.
It was those mushrooms that made you forget.
But yeah, you tell him you're from the Rasta tongues, and you tell him approximate location of your whereabouts to the south. And he says, yeah, we'll definitely have open trades with y'all. Like, any friends of y'all are friends of ours at this point. And as far as supplies for your town, he goes to another, he closes the mushroom box. He puts that away. He takes out another smaller supply box. It has a big red cross on it. That first aid symbol basically. Yeah. And he says, the way we deal with stuff here, or no, excuse me, our way of life here comes with a lot of hazards, so to speak. And he opens up the case, and you see there's like lots of syringes and like bandages and salves and stuff. And he says, he lets you examine it if you like, but he says with this kit here, you might be able to, get rid of some spore infestation should you guys find yourself like covered with it, or like you find your family or your friends ailing. He slides the kit over to you. He says it probably has about 3 uses, and yeah, they'll heal some spore off you. If you want a mechanical thing for it, it's like a syringe or whatever, but it's a first aid kit that has 3 uses that'll heal 1 spore.
Okay. It's like EpiPens.
Yeah, essentially. The spore, like, cure or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I look at him and I go, Morgan, don't ever let anybody dull your sparkle. Because shroomers like you don't need wings to fly.
But on top of that, though, he says, "Oh yeah. Also, this is more for your village, or maybe for you guys should you need it. I don't know what you guys are planning on doing, but since you guys have been so awesome." He goes down, he scrunches through like another box. Oh, excuse me. You see that he opens the spore box that was down below, and he digs through it. He takes out 2 caps. He hands one to each of y'all, and he basically gives y'all some low quality ciphers, or low quality spore ciphers. He says, and this maybe will help y'all in the future. He says he hands this to Dio, and he says, this one, we our scouts usually take this stuff before they go out hunting for mushrooms, or scavenging for mushrooms. It basically makes you pretty connected with the Prime. I'm gonna put it on the Discord chat. It basically you become closer to one with the Prime, and it allows you to see mushroom sources, even if they're hidden. You'll just have a connection to them, a psychic link to these sources.
Sweet, I like it.
Yeah. And then
I'll ask if because my slots are full. I'll ask if he has if he can improve my armor in any way, or my harmonica to fill in one of the slots.
Well, if you tell him about the harmonica, that'd be admitting you have a weapon on you.
Yeah.
And that's up to you if you want to tell him, hey, I brought a weapon, even though there's normally no weapons here. But you could definitely be like, hey, can you improve my armor? yeah. So, he'll definitely say, you know what? He closes his spore box. He looks around. He's like, yeah, if you leave your armor with me, I might be able to toss something on there, to help you out with your, endeavors. I can't promise anything too great, but, something good might, I might be able to do something with it. And he takes your armor. If you give it to him.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Yeah, he says, you guys rest up. By the time you wake up, I should be done, tinkering with this. And yeah, he says, again, out back, there's a tent for y'all. It has 2 sleeping bags in it. We usually, give these sleeping huts to pairs. By all means, rest off, our little adventure we just had. He says, thank you. It's always good to meet open-minded outsiders. He bids you a good night.
Yeah, I go to the sleeping bag, and since my armor was already off, I stripped down, put everything nice and neat to the side of the bag, except for my harmonica, which I clutch in my hand as I get in the sleeping bag, and I look at Theo right before I cut off the light, and I go, my face still smells like freaking pee. I cut off the light.
And I look at him, I go, drink more water.
And you guys go rest. You guys can take your 10-hour recovery roll, and they'll be back to regular rolls tomorrow.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm not. It'll be back to because I didn't take any damage. So.
So did basically your recovery rolls come back then?
Yeah. Well, I take mine because I didn't. It wasn't damaged, but I did.
On a spore roll.
I used spore. I mean, I used intellect for rolls and stuff. So
Yeah, so spore stays constant. You won't recover those with recovery rolls or this long rest. You have to actively cure it, or you can use those syringes you just got or whatever.
Oh, so before we go to bed, since I know I'm trying to get rid of my 2 spores and put a level of effort on the
and
roll.
yeah, I'm gonna do that before. I made my recovery. I rolled a 6, so I got 7 points, but I'm gonna try to do a recovery myself since I'm at 3.
I got a 10 and I used a level of effort.
Yeah, so then you're good. You heal up your spores.
I got a 11.
And yeah, you heal up your spores too. Well, you said you're using effort. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's full rest anyway. So yeah, you successfully did it. I was only gonna give y'all one roll to try to recover spores right now, but yeah, y'all both do it. And again, tomorrow it's gonna be easier. Or excuse me, back to normal because you took the long rest. If you try to heal more spores.
Oh, wait a minute. So then I might have failed.
What do you mean?
Because I got a 10 with my level of effort. It would have made it a 13. Oh no, 12.
You still succeeded because it was difficulty 4 because
okay. No, I thought it was difficulty 5. I'm sorry.
No, it should be 4, right? Because it's only
it should be
one healing attempt, and this is the second attempt, so it would have been up by 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 4, so you're still good.
And this was my first. It was my first time doing it, so
so no hindrance at all. So you both recover your spores before going to bed or while you're sleeping or however you want to flavor it. And you wake up the next day. You see Anthony. Actually, Anthony, can you roll me a d20 real quick?
I got a 2 on the roll.
All right, so your armor is waiting for you at nicely, folded or whatever it normally looks like. It's like nicely pressed or whatever. You go to pick it up and it feels heftier, like a little more sturdy. And one of your slots now has armor, so you have +1 armor.
Okay.
So I think now you have 2 armor total.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, that's the augmentation he gave you. And yeah, there's a little note that that came with the armor, and it's signed by Morgan if you look at the end or whatever. But he says, "Hey friends, thank you for the hell of a time last night. I had a blast. It's been a while since I rode the wave of." What was the name of this mushroom? Let's come up with a name for this blue mushroom. Since he rode the wave of name of blue mushroom.
The blue streak.
The blue streak. Since I rode the blue streak, what you call it? He says, take your time to prepare, before you head out. And he says, be sure to speak to guards if you left anything with them before you head out. Even though you didn't leave any weapons or whatever, he's just making sure just in case. And he says, feel free to make use of our crafting facilities should you want to improve your stuff before you go or make something before you leave. Even though, it's up to you what you want to do before you head out. But yeah, it's basically morning and you got that note, you have your armor back. And yeah, what do you guys want to do?
First thing I want to do, I want to go to their crafting shop.
Did you trade the mushroom with him?
Yeah, Yeah,
so the Discordia mushroom basically netted y'all the 2 ciphers, or I guess the cipher and the augmentation, and the first aid kit.
Okay.
And you never put the explanation of the cipher in the chat.
Yes, I did.
Which chat?
Discord.
Not Discord. I put it in Roll20. I can put it in Discord though.
Oh, Roll20's fine. Roll20's fine.
Yeah, it's on Roll. It's basically for the next 6 hours, all major source of spore clouds are clearly visible to you. The GM will point out all major spore cloud sources to you, even hidden ones.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So basically, flavor wise, it connects you to what's called the prime, which is the the driving force behind the fungal spread or whatever. And yeah, well, you said you want to visit the crafting, so essentially, if you leave the hut, next to the, again, there's lots of little huts and carts or whatever, but as soon as you step out, you see there's basically a workbench nearby, that you like. It has various tools that you can use, and it would basically be an asset towards doing any augmentations or crafting or whatever.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna make 'cause I know what my staff is all about. I'm gonna try to make me with the high quality stuff. I'm gonna try to make me an augment
Okay.
for my staff.
Which one?
Uh, duh, 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 duh.
If you're using, because your weapon hasn't been augmented yet, so.
Yeah, it has not been.
So yeah, if you were to craft this, like if you were using a 1-slot craft, it uses half the amount of what you call it, iodum, a 1-slot, because it's basically a low quality craft right now because it hasn't been crafted at all. So if you're using high quality to do it, it'll be 3 high quality to do the augment instead of the 5, because you're using higher quality material to do it. Unless you're trying to do smooth running, which is a 2-slot enhancement, and that would be a high quality enhancement, and that would be 5.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use 6, and I'm gonna make 2 1-slots. I'm gonna make it the ease attack and the +3 damage. Because I got 2 slots on my weapon, so I'm gonna put 1 and 1.
All right. So the way this is gonna work, right? If you're doing both, so you have to you'll craft 2 times. What you call it? First, give me because we'll do it in order. I'll let you decide. Because if you fail, you lose your materials.
Right.
So I'll let you decide which one you're trying to put on first.
I'll try to make the ease attack one first.
All right. So go for that.
And I got to spend a level of effort just so I can have a straight roll because I have an inability.
All right. And you go for its difficulty 5 task because excuse me, this is difficulty 3 task. It's low quality task. Use effort to make it back down to 3 because you were hindered. And yeah, it's int based.
All right, so I rolled a 10.
Oh yeah, you're good. So you successfully do the first one. You lose the 3 kilograms of the high quality material. You are down to what, 9 now?
Yes.
And now to do the next one will cost you 5 of the high quality material.
Okay.
Because now it's a high quality weapon that you're trying to augment with another thing.
Okay.
And this is a difficulty 5 task.
Okay.
Are you using effort this time as well?
I got you because I'm hindered, so yeah. I gotta. So I.
Oh wait! Before you roll, even though you were successful in the first one, remember the tool bench is acting as an asset, so that automatically gets rid of your hindrance.
Okay, so I'll still put a level effort because let's just pray. Okay. I mean,
yeah. So you have difficulty 4 then.
12 one of those.
Oh, so then you're good. You use your 5 material, and you craft damage on it. So yeah, now you have +3 damage and eased attacks on your weapon, and your slots are full.
Can I borrow 3 of those things so I can try to augment my harmonica?
Absolutely.
Wait, how many do you have, Anthony? Again?
I got 4.
I have none. I have no.
Oh yeah, so he gives you 3.
Yeah.
Or he can even do it for you. I mean, I don't know if you're hindered or whatever on the task or whatever, but you.
I don't think I'm hindered.
All right, so
I just don't have the ability.
Yeah, no, so you're good. You can craft. Anybody can craft stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm applying level effort though.
Yep.
So now you only need a 3 or better.
Yep, because the
thing, 2 or better.
No. Though the bench is acting as an asset, and then he used effort, so it's just difficulty 1.
And I want the damage to my harmonica.
Okay.
I got a 10 on the die.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, your one of your slots is taken now. It's a high quality harmonica now, and you can. What does it look like when you do that?
Oh, that's a good question. Could I have? Remember, I said I had the little jagged edges that look like diamonds. Could it now be like a conveyor belt, like a chainsaw?
Yes.
So when I throw it, it goes. Zzz.
Yes, 100%. Yes. And Dean, how did yours change?
Basically, remember because I had the mercurial staff.
Yeah, the extendo staff.
right, and the ends of it are weighted. Okay, so now what I did was I turned it into it still extends, but it's a three sectional staff now, like from the kung fu movies. So now I
Cool.
can,
I dig that
you
a
know,
lot. I like that.
and that's why it's eased because now I'm faster with it and does more damage because I get the whip chain. I can whip it. It's.
I dig it. I dig it a lot, actually. Yeah. So yeah, you guys spend about 2 hours or so doing that. Yeah, you guys come out with shiny new. Not new, but you guys, your weapons are now shiny. And yeah, you guys can head out now or whatever you want to do. But you guys do know, based on the description the scout gave you, that to the north, it'll be more to the north. And you guys are already basically by the north entrance or exit, as it were, for you. And yeah, probably about 3 or 4 hours walking in that direction to get to, potentially where this place might be.
Can we take a quick bio break?
Yes, we definitely can. 1 second. So yeah, we'll take a quick break, use the bathroom. We'll be right back with part 3 of Mushroom Madness, Al's home game hijinks, and yeah, we'll proceed to the north with Dio and Vlad to see, what they happen upon in the north. And yeah, from us at the CU, we'll see you in a little bit.
Nice.